Okay, so I've got a very simple script here. If I just I won't open up because I can only record what's on the screen here. So basically what this does, it takes a game object, which is this one. This is crosshair, and the crosshair is basically just a PNG file. And what I've done is on a tutorial I discovered that you can actually make the cursor, the mouse cursor, invisible by basically putting a very small little line of code in the start function, and that is cursor.visible equals false, which means that it will, when the game starts, you won't see the cursor, which is kind of cool. And then what it does, it takes the target. So this is the target here, and it will what it does, it takes the mouse position, the X and Y position, and using the camera, it then enables me to move the cursor around, and it will actually follow where the gun is pointing, because it all kind of relates. So if I just start this now, this is kind of cool. I quite like this. Yeah, I know, like 2 weeks ago I did a short thing, and see, there you go, look. So, and that's kind of what you want. And the red box dies. Kind of cool. Quite hard to and yeah, I mean, it's not a tremendous amount, but yeah, it's a work in progress. So going back to my BadEarth project, previous video I had an issue where that's because I shot, didn't I? Let's get back in there again. I've adjusted the brightness of the artwork. Also, that was glitching because I'd duplicated the background twice as part of the foreground. So that was a problem that we had here. Oh god, these are fast, aren't they? Jesus Christ. Oh god, don't hit me, please don't. Oh fuck, oh god, now 50%, and now, oh yeah, oh shit, 0. Okay, I've got no control, I just hit the wall. Oh. But yeah, I quite like, as you can kind of see there, the overhead light reflections on the, oh crap. Yeah, the overhead light reflections, they kind of move at a different rate, and they're transparent to like what I imagine what could be considered as the relative ground of the star-base interior is. So the idea is that this is one big star-base like warehouse or shipping warehouse, like a big depot. And you've got all these huge big spaceships, and they're like moving shipping containers back and forth, and for some reason they don't have health and safety, so they're just willingly letting spaceships fly about like fucking crazy. I can't even shoot anymore, so that's completely dead now, because yeah, no health. So okay, so yeah, so what I can do is I can obviously just move this cursor around. I might even have, to be honest, I really want to sort out this movement. Movement has never really been, why is it so important? Alright, okay, I'll do it. I'll explore the derelict ship again, I guess. Right. Yeah, it's really hard to control, and it's not actually fun to control. So I really hate it. What I might do is I might actually adjust the way that it works, and see if I can utilize the actual rigid body 2D component instead of coding the gravity, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. Explore, I've already done that. Yeah, alright. Yeah, my question doesn't really work very well. It's a bit shoddy, isn't it? Oh crap. I I'm also using like the default template. What I've done is I've just amended some of the artwork. As you see here, this is really, like this outside area here. I can make my own like UI from scratch, which I would probably prefer to do, because using the template, you've got all these superfluous, all these additional things I don't really need to have. So yeah, I think I will do that. I kind of want to, I want to kind of start from scratch with the UI for the quest manager and the dialogue system. I'm so pleased that I put notes in the scripts because it's been a couple of months since I've actually played around with this, and yeah, there's a lot. It looks like I also have made prefabs for things. I mean, the way that the game is going to be set out is you have like a beginning scene where you talk to your boss and he gives you the quest, and then you've got the quest, and then you've got another, and that's a separate scene. So each quest will be comprised of 3 separate scenes within the game, and then what you do is you then move on to the next scene. But then there has to be a save function to take all like the damage that your ship has taken, and maybe inventory at some point, that kind of thing, and the amount of fuel. Or maybe I might just be a bit generous and maybe your fuel resets at the end of each mission. Maybe that kind of makes sense. But yeah, there's a hell of a lot to do. Originally I said that I was going to try and make this in about 72 hours. I really should have been keeping track of that. I suspect I haven't hit the 72 hours mark, but at the same time, working within that constraint, I don't think that's beneficial. I'm not trying to do a game jam. Maybe it might be beneficial if I did, but unfortunately, I just have a lot going on at the moment. But yeah, at the moment, I'm very much liking how this is working out. I mean, this is not a lot that, yeah, I think I might actually have the cursor, remove the cursor in the script, and I'll just do that. Let's do that now. But overall, I quite like the effect of the laser. It's not actually emitting any light. So I really need to get rid of this cursor. So what I will do is I want to add a little cursor here. But the thing is, I need to lock it to this axis. Maybe if I have the turret, so that the what I call the mining laser can actually rotate on a pivot, but it can only go within this kind of 180 degree, like, I don't know, axis, I suppose. So it will have to stop there, and I need to somehow figure out how to stop movement from working like that. Overall, I quite like how this works. Let's see if this works. I've got it's wonky. And also I need to like do this. But yeah, I think if it's got better movement, then this will just look a lot better. And also, I was thinking about maybe reducing the size of the scale of the sprites. Because at the moment, you're taking up quite a lot of space here. You can't see a lot at the top. Ideally, you'd want to be kind of closer to the bottom. A bit like when you're playing like Sonic the Hedgehog, the original one. Sonic's always in the middle of the screen, but really he should really be kind of at the far left-hand side of the screen, to be honest, because then you've got more scope, you've got more range of what you can actually see. And I think it'd be nicer if I had the player object kind of a little bit lower, almost kind of just a, so at the moment it's in the middle, but if I have him kind of still in the middle but a little bit lower, closer to the bottom of the screen, maybe have him as a smaller sprite, it might make it look a little bit more cute, I suppose, and look a little bit more interesting. But overall, I'm just not happy with this
the movement, it's just so sluggish. It's like controlling a real big square in space, which I suppose works because there's a big square in space. But I kind of want it to be a little bit more arcadey and a little bit more fun. So I'm probably going to have to look at how I've got the movement set up, and maybe. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, so it didn't work, and I'm getting a bit driven nuts by neighbours just playing music really loud. It's driving me fucking nuts. And it keeps skipping. Like, if your broadband isn't fucking good enough to play Spotify, don't fucking play Spotify. Oh, anyway, I'm just ranting, but like, okay, so I couldn't get the hide the cursor. I don't know. Maybe there's a conflict. Maybe I need to actually physically add it to every single script that this game utilizes, because you kind of need the script. Sorry, you kind of need the cursor for when you select things. You wouldn't be able to see this, so maybe I might just, I might not worry about that, and then maybe look for a thing, because I think you kind of need a cursor. I don't know. Well, I might just do the same thing that I just did in that example that I showed earlier. Where you've got, fuck's sake, this is so hard to control. Cool. Explore, close. So that's been done, right?